Welcome everyone to the Side Draft Podcast, and welcome to another Truck Series race review on our channel. First up, we have Christian Eckes. He would win the pole because of some rain. They wanted to get the practice session out first, so they canceled qualify.
Yeah, they brought the rain all the way from Iowa in the Gateway. So
yeah, wherever the trucks are, the rain. That's where the rain is.
Yes.
We were at Gateway this week, stage one. Enfinger would take the lead very early on. Shortly after that, Stuart Friesen would just charge up there, take the lead, and he would run away with it for a little bit until he caught up to some lap traffic. That allowed Enfinger to get right back where he was. Enfinger to win stage number one.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot going on stage one. We do want to mention that Johnny Sauter's not in this because he was suspended, and Mike Snyder will replace him in the 13 truck. So he's doing very well, staying in the top 10 right around there. So
yeah. So with that, after that stage would end, pit stops. Enfinger would lead off pit road. Stuart Friesen would take 4 tires. Everyone else would take 2, and I think tires didn't really matter at all at this track. We saw some trucks take 2, and they would stay up front for the entire run.
It seemed like a lot of times is they're a little faster on the two tire stops than it was the 4 tires. The tire fall off really ain't a big deal here at Gateway because Friesen, he really didn't make up any gains after that. So I don't know if his 2 tires and 4 tires really did matter.
Yeah, so we would see that come into play early on in that stage because taking 4 tires put Friesen way back. And at first, I believe it was Harrison Burton that got into the back of him, and he just wouldn't really have the speed that he did at the first in stage number 1. Then it would see a battle for the lead between a lot of ThorSport trucks. Had Enfinger up there, Rhodes is up there, Crafton, and also Myatt Snyder, who would make his way up to second, chasing down Enfinger.
Yeah, he really had a fast truck, doing real well, filling in for Johnny Sauter. And I thought he really may have had a chance on Enfinger, but I believe he got their arrow push and really couldn't make a move on him.
Yes, and with that, Enfinger would win stage 2. I believe he swept the stages there last year, so
yeah.
Getting good at winning stage 1 and 2, just hasn't figured out stage 3 yet.
Nope.
And then, of course, stage 3, saw that the strategies, some with 2, some with 4, and those with 2, really, that was the race-winning strategy.
Yeah.
We had Christian Eckes. He would find his way back up into the lead. And it would be him and Harrison Burton. And then...
yeah, I believe he would take 4 tires, too, and... towards the end, and it really didn't help the truck a whole lot. So.
Yeah, which is really unfortunate. I think we saw all the good trucks just have the wrong strategy.
Yeah.
And I didn't think Gateway would be much of a strategy race. I'm not too familiar with the way Gateway races. Haven't watched too many races of it, so I didn't really know too much about it. But a lot of surprising strategies.
Yeah, and one of the biggest thing is if you start on the bottom lane, it was real loose down there. It was you really couldn't get a good run off, and like you lose some positions. Everybody's trying to fight for the top sometimes.
They would have a caution with the 54, Natalie Decker, which would be an unfortunate crash because it looked like it really hurt. You could tell with the way it affected her that it was just I wouldn't want to say it's an extremely brutal crash, but it was just maybe the first time experiencing a crash like that. But
yeah, it's really tough when you hit the driver's side in the wall. It's always a tough hit, and I'm glad to see she's okay. Ain't real sure if what happened there. She was like in the middle, and she got bumped and just spun around. It's unfortunate. I wish her the best in the truck series, and like to see her do better.
Yeah, just coming off the first race that she actually completed, without any sort of mechanical issue or a crash. So I thought maybe she would be able to build up on that, but just unfortunate caution there or crash and running 17th. So
yeah, she's doing real well. I mean, she's holding her own and just running a race and get some experience, and just got bumped and spun around.
And then with that, would have Christian Eckes versus Ross Chastain. Chastain would power through and take the lead. And then it'd be Christian Eckes. He'd be right back there on Ross's bumper. And then would have Harrison Burton up there.
Yeah, it's some good battles going on up there. Good strong runs from KBM trucks, which they really need to perform a little better because past few weeks they just haven't really done a whole lot.
Yeah, I think they just got beat on strategy yet again. Christian Eckes would take the lead, and then Ross Chastain had this strategy of just take fuel, and with the way tires didn't really mean much, he just walked away with it. Would have a crash with Harrison Burton and Sheldon Creed, which that's another thing with the KBM trucks. Just staying out of trouble, and there we go. Had a caution, and we thought maybe Ross Chastain was a sitting duck at that point.
Possibly, I believe I couldn't really tell. Like Sheldon Creed might have come down on him a little bit and pinched him down at the bottom, and Burton just got loose and spun around.
And then would see Ross Chastain versus Christian Eckes. I thought maybe Eckes would have had the best truck, but Ross Chastain just had this way of maintaining that lead. Maybe the aero push, which I do think that was the biggest part of it. But Christian Eckes just couldn't ever get to Ross Chastain.
Yeah, it was like they just following each other, just couldn't. It's like they get this little bubble between them, just like an aero push. They just can't really get a good run or past the leader.
With that, Ross Chastain would take the win, and we would see Christian Eckes get spun by Stuart Friesen with, I think Todd Gilliland just tried to race Christian Eckes a little too hard there, and Stuart Friesen just had this run on Christian Eckes, and that sent Christian Eckes up into the...
Yeah, it was more trying to race for second than it was trying to go for the win. I believe Eckes might have got loose. And Friesen had a good run going and just got in the back end of him and spun around. So,
with that, the Melon Man Challenge has been completed yet again, and this time it stood.
Yeah, just I don't think they really liked that in Iowa and just threw away his win. So he come back to Gateway and try again, and he won.
Yeah, they left the sticker on it. They said, we're going to win this race. We don't need to take one off just to put one on. So they went there, and I don't think they had the best truck by far. I think a lot of trucks had a better truck than Ross did, but just had the best strategy and took advantage of the dirty air on second place for most of those runs. So just a veteran. Yeah, I don't want to say a cup guy or anything, but he has been running some cup races, and I think maybe that experience has helped him throughout the truck series this year.
Yeah. Sometimes it's always good to have the best strategy and have the best truck. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it don't. And they was real excited to get back in the victory lane to redeem themselves from what happened in Iowa. And we'll really congratulate Nice Motorsports. And it's good to see them run well. And I hope they get in the top 20 points and then get to run for the playoffs.
Yeah, it'd be pretty big for that team to just get the playoffs. And I think, maybe with the way they've been running, depends on how they run at mile and a halfs, but they could possibly win this title.
It's possible.
I mean, I still don't know how good everyone else is. We haven't really seen much of the truck regulars besides Ross Chastain so far this season. I mean, yes, you have Brett Moffitt's win. But other than that, we have Johnny Sauter, who had the win at Dover, and then Austin Hill, who won at Daytona. So, haven't seen much out of the truck regulars. Mm-hmm. And now with all the cup guys out of the way, and maybe we'll start to finally see who the true good trucks are.
Yeah, because Thor Sport, they're running pretty strong. And see, the 13 trucks, it didn't have any kind of issues tonight, and they come home.
I believe 10th. Yeah.
Brought it home 10th. Because the past couple of weeks, Johnny's either had some kind of mechanical issues or getting up in crashes, and it's a good finish for them. It's good to see them. And the KBM trucks, I'm not real sure how they're going to do the rest of the season. I know that 51 truck, when they get somebody to run it always runs strong. So we'll see who can finish out this season. I know Brett Moffitt really couldn't get a handle on Gateway, but he's got some tracks coming up that's probably good for him.
Yeah, especially Chicagoland, and Brett Moffitt's wanting to win a race that is actually won and not given to. So I think Chicagoland, Brett Moffitt may be the one to look out for.
Mm-hmm.
But that was our review of the Gateway race, or the World Wide Technology at Gateway, the name change there. But before we go, we do want to give a shout out to everyone who found Dale Jr. in the thumbnail last week for the Xfinity Series. We have Anthony, Joshua, and Walker Bulldog, so thank you for playing along.
Yeah, and always look out for Junior.
Yeah, you never know where he's going to pop up at. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed this video. We'll see you tomorrow for our Cup Series race review.